In the quiet sanctity of this church, a storm was brewing, a secret so dark, it could shake the very foundations of faith. Today, we uncover the shocking tale of a beloved preacher revered by his community. But beneath the surface of his pious life lay a web of deceit. His double life led not only to betrayal but to a brutal murder that shook his small town to its core. Stay with us as we unravel the true story of faith, betrayal, and a desperate fight for justice. What led a man committed to his faith to walk such a dark path? Join us as we piece together the events that led to tragedy and the search for truth amidst the lies. Nestled in the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, this community thrives on unity and faith. Here, every Sunday morning, streets are abuzz as families converge on the local church, a beacon of hope and peace in their lives. But beneath this harmonious surface, a scandal so profound was about to erupt, one that would shatter the peace of this devout congregation and expose the hidden sins of a man trusted by many. What was once a sanctuary for many, soon became the epicenter of a shocking crime that gripped everyone near and far. As the story unfolds, the very essence of trust and faith in this community is tested. Meet Pastor Elijah Thomas, a pillar of the community, known for his magnetic presence and passionate sermons that fill the pews each Sunday. Beyond his public persona, Pastor Elijah harbors a tumultuous inner world, grappling with his identity and the doctrines he preaches. A man caught between his public vows and private truths. Sarah Thomas, Elijah's wife, is the epitome of grace and generosity. Beloved by all, her devotion to volunteer work only rivals her commitment to her family, yet she remains blissfully unaware of the storm brewing at home. Enter Detective James Carter, a seasoned investigator whose dogged pursuit of justice has solved many a cold case. For him, every clue uncovers a story, and this case might be his most challenging yet. As we peel back the layers of these contrasting lives, the complexities of faith, deception, and the human spirit will come to light. What happens when the man who delivers hope is the one who needs it most? During a routine prenatal visit, a shocking truth comes to light for Sarah Thomas. The diagnosis, HIV positive. A revelation that not only threatens her life but that of her unborn child. As the news sinks in, Sarah's world crumbles. The betrayal cuts deep, not just by the disease, but by the unimaginable source of her infection. Confrontations ensue. Accusations fly. The loving facade of Pastor Elijah crumbles under the weight of his secrets revealed. Evidence mounts as Sarah unearths text messages and confronts Elijah. Each piece, a breadcrumb leading back to a truth too painful to bear. And as tensions escalate, so does Elijah's desperation. In a moment of unbridled rage, the man of faith turns violent. A struggle, a scream, a silence that echoes through the walls of their home. What follows is a scene straight out of a nightmare. Sarah, grievously injured, the life inside her threatened by the very hands sworn to protect them. The news of Sarah's tragic death sends shockwaves through the community and lands on the desk of Detective James Carter, who is quick to sense that this is no ordinary case. As Detective Carter digs deeper, he uncovers not just a murder, but a web of deceit woven by Pastor Elijah. The investigation reveals a series of affairs, hidden behind the facade of a man devoted to his faith. Interviews with church members paint a picture of a community betrayed. Their trust shattered, their faith questioned. Through discreet inquiries and meticulous detective work, Carter pieces together Elijah's double life. Flashbacks of clandestine meetings and furtive exchanges with his lovers reveal a man struggling with his identity and desires. Armed with evidence and eyewitness accounts, Detective Carter confronts Elijah, each question slicing through the lies, each answer bringing them closer to the grim truth. As the walls close in, Elijah's facade crumbles. A taped confession reveals the full extent of his guilt, a desperate attempt to hide his true self, culminating in a violent act meant to silence his wife forever. As the forensic team scours the crime scene, each analysis adds another piece to the damning puzzle. Fingerprints on the murder weapon, Elijah's DNA mingled with Sarah's blood, irrefutable evidence that ties him directly to the brutal act. The evidence mounts, and with it, so does the tension. Each piece of forensic data is a nail in the coffin of Elijah's crumbling facade. Confronted with overwhelming evidence, Elijah's resolve falters. Under the stern gaze of Detective Carter, he confesses. His voice, once commanding from the pulpit, now trembles with regret and fear. His confession, a painful catharsis not just for him, but for the entire community. As the words spill out, the congregation faces the ultimate betrayal by their trusted pastor. In these final moments, the true scale of Elijah's deception is laid bare, leaving a community to grapple with the shattered pieces of their faith and trust. In the courtroom, justice is served. Elijah Thomas, once a beacon of hope for his community, is sentenced to life in prison for his heinous crimes. The trial's conclusion marks the end of a dark chapter that leaves wounds that will take years to heal. The community, shaken but resilient, begins the arduous process of healing. Faith, once a source of unity, is now a complicated path forward for many. For Sarah's family, the loss is immeasurable. Her kindness, her dreams, her child, all stolen in an act of betrayal they never could have imagined. This tragedy raises broader questions. How can a community move forward after such a betrayal? How can trust be restored when it has been shattered so profoundly? And for Detective Carter, another case is closed, but the weight of the truth uncovered lingers. Justice may be served, but the scars of this story run deep. In the end, this tale of betrayal and tragedy serves as a stark reminder of the complexities of faith, identity, and the consequences of our darkest secrets. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking true crime stories. Your support helps us uncover and share these powerful narratives.